Good morning, guys. Today we are going to talk about the quick check from last week. This is the three variable system of equations. So remember, we are doing elimination 2 times for sure with the three variable equations, and then possibly another time if we end up with a 2 variable system. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. So here's number 1. I'm going to look through my variables. I can already see that x is a good one to get rid of just because we have negative x, and then positive x. I see that y is also good. We have a positive 4, a negative 4, and then from the top and bottom, we have a positive 6 and negative 6z. So this system should actually work out really nicely because we have so much to get rid of. So I am going to start with the top and the middle. Yep, I'm going to start with the top and the middle just because I want to get rid of that x first. So here we go. Write it out. (22) x minus 4y minus 6z. So on here, you can probably already see that you're going to get rid of more than one variable because we have a positive 6, negative 6z, and negative x, positive x, which is great because then we end up with one variable, which is really what we want. I'll cancel the x out, the y's out. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. Y equals negative 22 plus 12 is negative 10. Go ahead and divide by negative 10, negative 10. So y equals positive 1. So that one's good to go. So now I need to get rid of a variable from my middle equation. So right here, I need to get rid of something from here. I want it to be x because I got rid of the x here, and that's initially what I was going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do the middle and bottom. So negative x and right here you should also start to notice that I am getting rid of 2 variables again. It just worked out that way, but that's really nice for us. It gives us less work. I can't put a... Oops. Well, that was kind of useless. Plus, there we go. Okay, eliminate x, eliminate y. Positive 4 minus 6 is negative 2z. Negative 8 plus 12 is 4. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. I have z equals negative 2. And now that we have 2 variables, we can actually go ahead and utilize one of these 3 variables. We don't have to do another set of elimination because we already have 2 numbers. So we're only missing 1. So let's go ahead and use this one right here. So we're going to do x minus 4 times 1 minus 6 times negative 2 equals 12. So 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 6 times negative 12 is positive 12. Bring down x, bring down 12. Negative 4 plus 12 is 8. So x minus 8 equals 12. Oh, that's a positive 8. Sorry. So minus 8 again, minus 8. X equals positive 4. Boop. So the way I would write my answer is in the format 4, 1, negative 2. Okay, next one. This next one is a little tougher, only because we do see that we're going to have to multiply by something. The z's that are left alone are both positive, so we would need to make one negative, and then there's a negative 2z. So this gives us a really good starting point. I know that I'm going to eliminate z from the beginning because it's the easiest one. So I am going to multiply, or I'm going to rewrite first. Let me rewrite the top. And I'm going to multiply the bottom by -1 so I can get a negative z. That way I can cancel those out. So, and I put 1. I meant -1. Okay, so this is going to be a 3x minus 5y minus z equals 14. Let's go ahead and put these two together. So -6 plus 3 is -3x. -3 minus 5 is -8y. Z's cancel out. 21 plus 14 is 35. So that is good to hang out right there for a minute. So now I need to do something with my middle equation because I haven't used it, and I do need to get rid of this -2z. So I am going to choose the, let me go ahead and do the middle and the bottom one, just because the bottom has smaller numbers and it's a little easier to work with. So I'm going to now multiply the bottom. Well, I'm going to multiply the bottom by +2 so I can get rid of the z again. So let's rewrite. So 2 times -3, -6x plus 10y plus 2z equals -28. Let's go ahead, add all that up. -2 and -6 are -8x. 5 and 10 are 15. Z's cancel out nicely. Negative and negative, so we're going to add but keep the negative, so -52. Okay, so now we have the format x, y, and number. I am going to change my pen color, this one, just to make this a little easier to read. So now I'm going to do -3x minus 8y equals 35, and -8x plus 15y equals -52. So now I am eliminating something on here. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the x's because they're smaller. Honestly, the y's wouldn't be bad either because one's positive, one's negative, so it works out. But that 15 is going to give you way bigger numbers than you need. So let's go ahead and just multiply the top by 8. And let's multiply the bottom by -3. And if you want, you could have done -8 on top, +3 on bottom. It's really your choice. So up top, we get -24x. 8 times -8, -64y. 8 times 35 is 280. Might have to check my math on that. 8 times 5, yes, 280. Okay, -3 times -8, 24x. -3 times 15 would be -45y. And then negative and negative are going to make a positive. 3 times 52 would be 156. Right, yep. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and eliminate. X's cancel out nicely. -64 and -45, so we're adding 64 and 45, so 109. Y, that is negative. Don't leave off that negative. 280 and 156 are going to be 436. We are now dividing by -109. Divide by -109. Y equals -4. Yes. Okay. Lots of work for one prize. Okay, so now we are taking this y equals -4 and we're going to plug it back in to one of our two new equations. I'm going to go ahead and do -3x, and I'm going to do it over here, -3x minus 8 times -4 equals 35. So let's go ahead and do 8 times 4, 32. Bring down everything else. And this is going to be a positive 32 because those were both negative. So now minus 32 and minus 32. This is just like class. I'm running out of space as per usual. So let me try to get that. Okay. So -3x equals 3. Divide by -3, not positive 3. Divide by -3. X equals -1. And now we've got one more. And I'm going to go ahead and solve for it over here in this little space. Remember, we can pick any of our... Oops, I'm solving for z. So we can pick any of our equations. I'm going to go ahead and pick the bottom one just because it's nice and settled. Oop. Oop. Okay, so -3. X was -1 times -1 plus 5 times -4. And be careful with all these negatives. It's so easy to miss a sign at some point. And that is a -14. Okay, -1 times 5 is 5. Wait, just kidding. I messed that up. 1 plus 5. Okay, -3 times -1 is 3. 5 times -4 is -20. Plus z equals -14. 3 minus 20 is -17. Plus z equals -14. So add 17 to both sides. Add 17. Z equals -14 plus 17 is 3. Okay, so our answer is -1, -4, +3. And that last one took us a little bit of work, but it's all good. Okay, I hope this helped you guys. I'll see you in class next week. Bye.